Hey,
Hey,
Amy,
John.
what do you want to learn about value next?
Okay, I want to know about this superpower. Yeah, AI.
Yeah, so one of the things that people really always tell us is, hey, I don't need anybody. I'm a great appraiser. I'm a great estate salesperson. I don't need anybody telling me what the price of something is. And they're right, because pricing is something that's very subjective. Who knows what the price of a thing is until somebody offers you the price? We give you effectively kind of AccuWeather for the market. And we also then, and it's really not even about pricing as much as it is sales prep and getting into the right channel, knowing what you need to know, and managing all that inventory with AI powered data. You own every item of inventory. And you also own something else, which is the training, the teaching of the AI.
Okay.
So here you can have a chat about this asset with your AI. It's your AI, and you can teach that AI how to value things and how to approach things. If you're a company that has a training manual about how to evaluate things, you could put it all in here. And in fact, I've already put something in here. I've said, I'm running an estate sale in the middle class neighborhood in Raleigh, North Carolina. So that's context for the AI. You can also put in, I don't trust online retail prices. If I see anything from this or that retail website, discount it by 40%. I could do that.
Mm.
You can really get detail. If you're a really experienced, smart team or person doing evaluation of assets, especially in high volume where you're getting a bunch of inventory, and you want to not create a force multiplier for yourself, right? You're kind of creating a special digital twin of your own brain, how you work. And that assistant gives you superpowers, right? So your whole team is getting the benefit of your knowledge, and they can also add their own knowledge. And now you're building up equity in your team, your organization, and you own it. You own everything you put in here. And we will be expanding this, making it more elaborate, adding documents and other things as we go. So right now you can just save that instruction and you can say, hey, now you can have a complete discussion with your AI about this. So you can say, how would you price this?
Okay. So
Right. And
knowing
you're,
middle class neighborhood in Raleigh and I'm holding an estate sale.
yeah. So, okay. With the additional information, let's refine on pricing. Given that the clock dates the 18th and 19th century, I'd recommend pricing this 25 to 45. And say, that seems a little wide. This clock looks pristine. What is the trend in this area for this kind of item? Right. So you can have a complete argument with the AI. Say, I don't think you're right. And it'll discuss it with you, and you can get smarter and smarter. So now it's going to tell you all sorts of stuff. Canary
Oh,
pricing by as much as $1,000, right? So given the pristine condition of the clock, local market trends, I'd suggest maybe revising that up to 3,500. Um, and if we can talk more, we can get more detailed. How much rarity is going on? What's the maker? Do we know if it's a Howard Miller or Ridgway? Because the pictures didn't tell us that. So it's already prompting you for things you might not have thought of. Do you have any provenance condition? Do you see any on the web from local auctions like this to help? You can even say, and this is really very valuable, you can say, hey, I don't want to sell this online. Say that this item didn't sell on the estate sale or something like that. You want to sell it individually. Hey, look at that. So here, slide grandfather clock sold for $4.99 at Monster Estate Sales. Right?
oh
So
wow.
this, given these local sites and the condition, would likely be appropriate. You can also consult with local antique dealers. And as more and more dealers and companies add their inventory to Valuable, that can get very, very accurate and very uncannily good. But even without that, it's web aware. So it's going out and looking around. Who are the good antiques dealers in this topic? And it'll
Hmm.
tell you. So that's really highly valuable and it's getting better and better all the time. But that's when we talk about superpowers, adding those special instructions. You can add those instructions you can add your merchant ID if you have one, or you can name your company and you can change your instructions here in your profile.
Oh, very good.
More and more elaborate, we'll make it so that your groups can have different instructions for different groups, all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Well, that was a good example of something unique. Whereas, with a Pyrex dish or something like that, it wouldn't require that level. But that's a huge time savings compared to what I find typically in Google Lens and other type searches. So that was
Yeah,
very
I mean,
satisfying.
you in 20 seconds you'll have the market data. You'll be able to set your prices. You'll be able to set your marketing. We'll talk about that in the next video. For those things that you really want to kind of dig into and research, you've got it all right there in the app.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.